Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Razin bin Hairin. I will present about the Taman Desa condominium collapse. For many Malaysians, we are fortunate because Malaysia has no volcanoes and no big earthquake. However, man-made errors or mismanagement of the country has brought it to our country. Taman Desa condominium is one example of a collapsed construction due to human error and negligence. Engineer must do the work carefully, trust and in accordance with all the specifications that have been set to avoid any disaster because this matter involves the safety and life of worker. Taman Desa condominium project is being developed by Maxim Holdings Neighborhood on 14 February 2020. 37-story condominium project in Taman Desa Kuala Lumpur partially collapsed, leaving two Bangladesh employees on the first floor trapped. Causes of the building collapse can be classified under general heading to facilitate analysis. This heading are bad design, faulty construction, foundation failure, extraordinary load, unexpected failure modes, combination of causes. In this case, the CIDB Construction Development Board has begun an investigation into the half-collapsed Taman Desa condominium project. A stop work order of construction were released by CIDB on February 15 to promote inquiries, including sampling of building material for routine compliance check. This is a big warning to players in the construction sector to abide the rules. No landslide or soil movement occurred before the storm. The building already collapsed. There is a huge risk because it was not solid enough. The structure collapsed as the slab gave way and collapsed from the 6th to the 1st floor. The pillars, beams and columns may not have followed specification. Since collapse was mainly due to the mistake of the structural engineer and draftsman in neglect that load during the design process and the structure plan estimate made by professional engineer. After an overview of the tragedy of the Taman Desa condominium, the reason of the collapse must be analysed in accordance with various aspects that are relevant in engineering ethics.
Assalamualaikum and very good day. So my name is Omar Raisa Ibarum and my matrix number is CA190134. So today I'm going to explain about ethics breach. Firstly is hiring illegal worker. It breaks the law and it's hard to communicate each other and high risk because the illegal worker does not have enough knowledge about building construction. Second is unregistered machine. All machine in construction site need to be registered. If there any machine unregistered, it's hard to provide maintenance. And lastly is unsafe construction area. The soil in the area are not suitable for building construction, exposed to natural disaster like landslide and flood. Building have high chance to get collapsed. So, as a conclusion, all the company or factory need to care of their self without breach any ethics. Alright, so for engineer and science solution, firstly, we need to hiring more local workers because they are more understand our languages, so it's easy to communicate each other. Then the information reach without any problem, and they have more knowledge about construction building. Secondly is earthquake-proof construction. It can prevent the building to get collapsed if earthquake happen by using standard building materials. For example, 32.5 MPa and 42.5 MPa types of cement. And lastly is improve maintenance culture. Maintenance need to occupy every month so that the machine can work perfectly. Also clean all the machine so that there is no problem in the machine like stuck or hang. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Bakrin and I'm going to present about the SDG address and the government policies. The SDG stands for the Sustainable Development Goals that define the world what we want. They apply to all nations and mean quite simply to ensure that no one is left behind. The SDG or global goals are a collection of 17 interlinked goals. For the Taman Desa collapse, the required SDG issue address is SDG 9. That is industry, innovation and infrastructure. This is because Goal 9 or SDG 9 is focused on to create a robust infrastructure to encourage sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. The Taman Desa Kondo project did not fulfill the SDG 9 aim because there is a large risk that the structure will fail and collapse because it is not solid enough. Okay, next is the government policies. A government policy is a law or concept that will ideally direct decision better, leading to positive results that benefit the society or unit. The suitable government policies to address this issue are the national housing policies. A national housing policy or NHP is needed to provide the direction and basis for the planning and development of the following sector by all relevant ministries, departments, and agencies at the federal, state, and local levels, as well as the private sector. The objectives are to provide adequate and quality housing, enhancing the capability and accessibility of the people to own or rent the houses, and setting future direction to ensure the sustainability of the housing sector. For the Taman Desa Kondo, it did not fulfill the first objective, and that is providing adequate and quality housing. This is because the structure of the condo failed because it was not strong enough. The employee may not have followed the following specification and wanted to speed up the construction time. As the slab collapsed, the quality and consistency of the condo was not secured due to the negligence of the workers and wanted to finish the project early than the following date. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Afi bin Azmi. I'm from FKE and I'm semester 2, year 2. So for policy and framework proposed, um, so management arrangements. Project manager has the authority to run the project on a day-to-day basis. The project manager will be responsibility to ensure that the project produce the required result as defined in this document. She or he will be responsible for all day-to-day management and it will ensure that the project produce the result specified to the required corporate standard and within the constraint of time and cost. The project will also employ one project associate, two civil engineer and one geologist. Number 2 is monitoring and evaluation. The method of organizing the project monitoring system encompasses a series of main documents providing baseline and target quantitative and qualitative indicator. Technical monitoring and supervising of implementation of project activities will be conducted regularly by the project team. Substantive monitoring of the project realization. Again, the outcome and output indicator set within the result and resource framework will be conducted regularly by the project manager. So in a conclusion, Taman Desa collapse is not because of landslide and heavy rains. It is because the construction of that building is lack of management. So how to overcome the arrangement of management? Check the foundation, build a quick proof constructions, awareness of the construction area. That's all.
For the question number 1, why professional values and ethics is important for engineers? Ethics is an important topic for engineer of every load and field. When we become a professional engineer, we need to be a higher standard. That is why one of the requirements of maintaining your professional engineer license to meet a certain number of professional development. Safety is the key, require honesty, impartiality, fairness, and must be dedicated to the protection of the public's health, safety, and welfare.
My name is Muhammad Raizab Ibarum and my matrix number is CE190134. So I will answer the question, which is what can be happen if you break ethics as an engineer. First of all, I will explain about what is ethics. Engineering ethics is the field of system of moral principles that apply to the practice of engineering. The field as a means and sets the obligation by engineers to society, to their clients, and to the profession. As a scholarly discipline, it is closely related to subjects such as the philosophy of science, the philosophy of engineering, and the ethics of technology. If an engineer break these ethics, they will be held personally responsible. Engineer may be held personally and legally responsible. They must be fined and jailed. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Bakrin and my matrix number is CE190181. I'm gonna answer question 3, and that is, what is the role of ethics in engineering? Ethics in engineering is a study of characteristic of morals and conduct of engineers as professionals and individuals as human beings. The moral and practical significance of, of ethics of engineering can be related with the quality of the decisions, that is, with justice, with equity, with the consequences for all affected by the decision, and with the personal collective responsibilities which lie beyond the contractual obligations into which engineers are often bound. That's all. Thank you.
Question is question number 2. What are some examples of professional ethic? Professional ethic encompass the personal and corporate standard of behavior expected by professionals. Some professional organizations may define the ethical approach in terms of a number of discrete components. Typically, this includes honesty, integrity, transparency, accountability, and so on. So, for example 1 is Apple. Apple is an American multinational technology company that designs, develops, and sells electronic computer software and online service. The company hardware includes iPhones, iPad, MacBook, and Apple TV. For example 2 is Nestle. Nestle is Swiss national food and drink company. It works in Switzerland. It is largest food company in the world. Nestle produce includes baby food, medical food, bottled water, breakfast cereal, coffee and tea, dairy product, ice cream, and